And the question would be, how far has strikes taken us with addressing some of these issues? Has it really addressed the matter of the welfare of the average Nigerian, not to even think of a worker as it is?
Well, we have seen that even the last 2-day strike that was called by the NLC further impoverished Nigerians, because a lot of persons were cut off from, a lot of homes and offices were cut off from public power supply and had to resort to the use of private power supply. And you know what that means, you know, to the pocket of an individual or a business. Then you see the beauty of this conversation is that one has even been educated by the first national vice president of the TUC, who has come out to say why they are going on strike is for the federal worker. So we are asking, have they made that clear demarcation? Because one is aware that the federal government, in addressing this issue of a response to the shock of the fuel subsidy removal, has, decentralized part of the responsibility
to the state
governments.
Right.
And we have even seen some local governments, even here in Lagos. I'm a living witness. We have a state like Borno. Is the NLC and TUC now telling us that workers in state workers, state public service, public sector workers in states can stay off? It's only federal worker. I think we need to make that distinction very clear. Because one expects that at this point in time, strike should be the last thing on the mind of anybody, because it is the people that will suffer the most as we speak.
And even the informal economy.
That's where I'm good. That's exactly, you are taking the words out of my mouth. The informal sector contributes over 80%, of the working population. The woman selling pepper, the Okada rider, the artisans and what have you. These are people that live on daily existence. So if you are going on strike because you want to press for your own demands, which is within your legitimate right, nobody should begrudge you. But one also expects the labor at this point in time to recognize the precarious situation we are all in. Ayo talked about, people being employed by public office holders, and they are, yes, they are creating employment, but we can quarrel with, whatever emoluments they are getting, that is it in tandem with reality. I'm even happy when I hear a governor has appointed 1,000 aides. It means he has taken 1,000 people out of the unemployment market. But we can ask questions that, what will be their emolument? Will they be in tandem with reality? I have no problem about that. So what we are saying is that, in as much as labor has been part of this conversation, one expects that at this point in time, what the focus of labor should be about what is happening in the states that have gotten the palliatives already, that through their state councils, of which some of their state councils have been incorporated into the monitoring or implementation committee of the palliatives in this state. How is the palliatives being implemented? Is it getting to the people? Such that in their negotiation or their discussion with the federal government, they will be able to assess those policies at the state, so that where they are doing well, they can recommend it at the federal level. And where they are doing badly, they will say, look, this is the shortfall of this policy in XYZ environment. Can we take these routes and ensure we don't fall into this trap? So for me, the strike has become one that a lot of Nigerians are becoming traumatized. In fact, I wrote about it on my wall. Some persons, came onto my and said, let them even start today. We are even tired. Because every morning we wake up, labor is threatening, you are going on strike. When everybody recognizes that, even if you are the president of Nigeria, I'm sure not every family member of the president lives in Aso Rock. He has friends, he has classmates, he has an extended family as well. So one expects that at this point in time, labor should rethink this policy of strikes at every junction when we have disagreement. Strike is not the way to go at this point in time.
What then is the way to go to press home their demands? Because their job is to fight for the interests of the people.
For the workers.
Of workers, yes, welfare of workers.
Because, like we said, if NLC and TUC is going on strike now, I'm sure if you ask the woman selling pepper in my 12 market, he will tell you this strike is because if the woman buys pepper today, I know of people in the informal sector that they go to markets, They get fish on credit to go and sell. They collect and pay back. They live, a lot of homes are being run by the women folk now. So you want to tell that woman that has 3 or 4 children, and like we all know, our stomach does not know anything about there's no money. You want to tell that woman that don't go to the market today, workers, NLC has called a strike. How do you want us to survive? So if they are going to, fight for their demands, I think there are better ways to do this. I think at this point in time, one expects NLC and TUC to recognize that the federal government is the biggest octopus in the room. Whatever the federal government does affects every other sector. And don't forget, this strike that NLC is threatening now and the TUC, the organized labor has come out to kick against it. Because already, Ayo just mentioned it, we had that.
Organized private sector.
The private, yeah, this is the private sector. Because they are also part of the conversation. Because right now, they are bearing the brunt of the economic crunch just like any individual is, just like any Nigerian worker is going through. So at this point in time, we expect that, strike should not even come into the picture. It is for us to ensure that what has been done so far, we monitor it and ensure that it is properly done.
All right.
And continue the conversation and give government more time to address these issues.
All right, let's quickly go on a break.